Welcome my fellow Resident Evil fans. Today we're going to be talking about Brad Vickers, a helicopter pilot who's been branded a coward for over 25 years. But what if I told you that Brad was actually a hero in disguise? Well, I'm here to defend his actions and prove that he deserves the same level of respect as his teammates, Chris, Jill and Barry. In the original Resident Evil game, released in 1996, Brad was a member of the Special Tactics and Rescue Service. He was sent to the Arklay Mountains to investigate strange murders. When radio contact was lost, he flew the Alpha team to the last known position of Bravo team. But when they were ambushed and his teammates were killed, Brad had to make a difficult decision. Stay and fight against insurmountable odds, or take to the sky and find a place to pick up his team. As the most logical choice, Brad chose to take to the sky. Now, let's put ourselves in Brad's shoes. It's the dead of night, and you're flying around looking for your team. When you see the helicopter wreckage, you land and are immediately attacked. Your team is outnumbered, and the helicopter is in danger of being damaged just like Bravo team's was. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay and fight? Or do you take to the sky and find a safe place to pick up your team? Brad chose the latter, and it was the only way to ensure the survival of his team. And despite the infamous line of "No, don't go," shouted by Chris,
No! Don't go!
Brad did not abandon his teammates. In fact, he stayed in the air, advising them of the situation.
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me?
And even dropped down a rocket launcher to save the day when they were battling an 8-foot tyrant.
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
Bravery and cowardice are intertwined, and the line between them is often blurred. During the events of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, as the player approaches the storeroom, they'll witness Brad bursting out, being chased by 4 flesh-hungry zombies. Panic takes over, and Brad becomes cryptic about the monster pursuing him. But as the player catches up with him, they realise that Brad's actions aren't that of a coward, but of a hero trying to fight back against overwhelming odds. Again.
Brad, hang in there. Why isn't someone doing something about this?
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill. The police aren't trained for this kind of situation. What could they do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see.
Brad never ventured into the mansion, unlike Jill, Chris and Barry, who'd already experienced the horrors of the undead. So when Raccoon City turned into Night of the Living Dead, Brad was just as scared as any normal person would be. But instead of running away and abandoning everyone, Brad fights back and tries to warn Jill about the unstoppable bioweapon Nemesis. He knows he can't stay still for long, and despite his fear, he comes up with a plan. But just as he's about to warn Jill, he's killed by Nemesis. Listen to him say, "Jill, we've got her."
Jill!
Brad!
We've got to...
And in fact it's Jill who fails to act, fails to save her friend. In the 2020 version of Resident Evil 3, Brad reflects on his past actions and knows that taking to the sky in the helicopter wasn't his best move.
Don't think about it. We're gonna make a run for it.
Come on, Jill. We know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Are we still a team?
Always.
Then do me a favor. Don't fuck up like I did. Go!
However, whether Brad died as a hero or a coward still remains a mystery. The fact of the matter is, the face of overwhelming odds and terror, Brad tried to save the survivors and protect his team, even if he wasn't always successful. So next time you play Resident Evil 3, remember Brad, the hero in disguise. But now it's your turn to tell me what you really think of Brad. Do you agree with me that he deserves the hero status of his teammates, or will he always be known as the coward of Alpha Team? Let me know down in the comments. And to see why Resident Evil TV needs to change to survive, you'll need to watch this video that's on screen next. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you survivors next time. Stay and fight against insurmountable odds.